there's Jurassic Park Udies being released. I just feel like everybody needed to know that, because I just got an email about it. Hello everyone, welcome back to Foster the Meeple, a channel all about board games and board gamey things. I'm back again today with another pumped up Kickstarter. And today's pumped up Kickstarter is on Conquerors and Conquests from Wolfcraft Games, who very kindly sponsored today's video. Now, few things to note. Number one, links, everything you need to know it's all going to be in the description of the video. So if you're watching, you're like, ooh, that tickles my fancy, just go to the description and click the link. Number two, this is a prototype. So everything that you see, including the rules, are subject to change. You know how it works with prototypes. Anything is up for grabs in terms of what can be changed. And as per usual with my previous videos, this is not an official how to play. This is going to be a general overview to help you figure out whether or not this game is going to be a good fit for you and your collection. So I say, without further ado, let's get down to pixel size, because of pixels, and learn a little bit more about this game. Today we're entering the realm of Amphasia, a land filled with magic, monsters, dungeons, and danger around every corner. In Conquerors and Conquests, you take on the role of a powerful hero, casting spells, fighting monsters, completing quests, and outwitting your rivals in a race to become the most legendary mage in the land. Is that not everybody's goal always? It's mine. Anyways, what does that all mean? I'm glad you asked. Let's take a closer look at how the game works. Now, Conquerors and Conquests is a tactical open-world fantasy game where players explore a modular map, they fight monsters, they complete quests, and collect treasure, all while dueling each other with spells and swords. The goal is to be the first to complete 7 achievements or 5 achievements for a shorter game. Achievements can be earned in a few different ways, one of which is completing quests, another is defeating monsters, another is beating other players in battle, or even stealing one when you take someone down. Little thievery never hurt. You'll need clever movement, spell combos, and a bit of luck to come out on top. To start, let's look at the setup, shall we? So, here is how the game starts. I am fully set up, as you can see, modular board. Alrighty. The first thing that you're going to do when you do set up the game is build out the board. Now there are 32 terrain tiles forming a 6x6 grid and hero-based tiles, which are the ones with the colors. There are going to be certain setups depending on your skill level. I have went ahead and set up for a beginner game, but if you are an intermediate player or even an advanced player, you're going to be able to kind of reconfigure this based on what you like. You could do it totally randomly. Each player will also choose a hero card with a unique affinity, movement value, shield, health, and special ability. So for today's preview, I have set up for a 4-player game. My hero is the Raven. It's like Ravensburger versus Ravensburger. It's the Raven. I know I'm saying it wrong, but I like him. I think he's cool. Then we also have over here Joanna, we have Bastion, and we have Al and Francis. Now, there are going to be some base characters that are included in every game, but there's also going to be additional heroes that will be available in the deluxe game. Just so everybody knows, there's lots of options that are going to be happening here. You're also going to get a colored hero meeple. So you see we've got the meeples out on the board. Here's the red one, as well as the home base, which corresponds to their color. At the beginning of the game, you're also going to be drafting spells, and you're going to end up with 3 to start, and you have 4 available slots essentially for your spells. So you'll see everybody has 3, and this is done in a draft style. So you're going to choose a card, pass your hand, choose another card, etc. We also have monster and quest decks, which you can see up here, and these are going to be created by tiers. So we're going to have 2 level 1 monsters, 3 level 2 monsters, and 2 level 3 monsters. And the exact same format is going to happen for the quest. So we have 2 level 1s, 3 level 2s, and then 2 level 3s. Only the top card is revealed during gameplay when it's triggered. So you don't know what's coming up. And if you are curious, yes, there are many other monster cards and quest cards. So you don't look at the ones that you put aside when you set up. So it gives you a little bit of variability. Let's talk about our turns. Each player is going to take turns moving around Amphasia using spells, battling, looting treasure, and chasing achievements. On your turn, you can move, which is moving up to your hero's movement value, which is going to be the blue number on your hero card. You can move horizontally or vertically, but of course not diagonally, because we are not crab walking. And in my mind, the only thing that can walk diagonally is a crab. So some tiles also will have some terrain penalties. As an example, mountains are going to cost 2 movements, caves hurt you when entering, and water, you can't enter unless you have a specific item or spell, because you can't swim. Because I said so, that's why. We also have some special tiles such as University or the Marketplace, which you'll see have a bit of a different design, and there's only one of each of those. These are considered safe zones where you can't be attacked. The Marketplace actually restores a health, and the University will remove a recharge count from a spell. Okay, so these are the two, these are the two special ones right here. Speaking of spells, let's talk about spells and combat. Spells are your bread and butter. That's what we have in front of us here. As an example, I got a little water whip. That's pretty fun. So each one will have an affinity: fire, water, earth, wind, whatever it might be. As an example, the water whip, of course, it's water. It's in this little symbol here. They will have an attack or defense value. So as an example, the water whip has a 1 attack value. And if we look over here at the hydro wall, it has a 1 defense value. Okay. There's also going to be a recharge cost. So let's look at that water whip again. That's this little kind of arrow symbol here. It's going to be listed at the bottom of the card. Basically, spells will go on cooldown after use, so that's what the recharge is, some of which will take longer to recharge. So if we are looking at these two, the water whip is going to be 1 recharge, whereas the wave jet is 2, but it is a stronger weapon. So that makes sense. So to attack someone, you are going to pick and ready a spell. So you're going to choose your spell. If you want to ready it, maybe you can do a little tilty tilt. You're going to add the spell's attack value and then roll the damage die and add or subtract the modifier. Damage die here. So we are going to be rolling dice essentially. You can also use any potions or quick items that you might have. So you've probably noticed over here the little treasure deck. Now, like I mentioned, you're going to be able to go through and loot and get treasure. So some things within this deck might give you protection. It might add to your attack. It might do many different things. So you are able to get some items that can help support you in battle. As the defender, you're going to choose a defensive spell if you have one. So for example, Joanna does have a defensive spell. She's got that hydro wall, so she could choose to use that. And then she's going to roll the damage die and add any modifiers. The defender will also be able to apply potions or items. Final damage is the difference. So if it's positive, the defender takes that damage and retreats, or it's destroyed, basically. And if no damage is dealt, the attacker will retreat instead. And it is important to note that you must attack when entering a tile with another player or with a monster. So let's talk about those monsters. Monsters will spawn when someone enters a dungeon tile, which are these kind of darkish ones here. You're going to reveal the top monster card and place the token in that dungeon. So let's just take a peek. Boop. Woo, we got Lockjaw. So right now, just because this is my prototype version, I actually don't have the monster tokens. So let's just use this little marker instead. Okay, So let's just say they're going to come up right here because we've moved into here. So let's take a closer look at the monsters. I got 2 examples here. It's going to have their name at the top, a little picture of them so you know what you're up against. It's also going to have their health count, which is listed with the hearts, their basic attack listed with the swords. Then in blue, we'll have their basic movement and then their basic defense, which is the green symbol. And if you take a look at the character cards, it's set up in a pretty similar way with their basic movement and shield kind of right on their card. And some of them also will have a special ability. So Lockjaw doesn't have one, but the Queen Bee does, of course. If you end your turn next to this monster, lose 1 health. So some of them are going to have abilities that are listed directly on the card. Monsters will attack players if they move into the same space, and they'll chase down heroes when their movement is triggered. Destroying a monster earns you treasure cards, we all love treasure, possible spell or item rewards, and most importantly, an achievement token, which is these little bad boys right here. I love achievements, love them. Speaking of achievements, let's talk about quests and achievements. Quests are revealed by entering the marketplace, which you'll remember is this tile up here, or the university, which is this tile right down here. So let's look at one, shall we? Here's a quest. Here's a level 1 quest. Elmer ripped his cloak in the woods, retrieved the 2 pieces of his cloak from the forest tiles, and bring them to him at the university. Reward, gain 2 treasure cards. So typically the quest cards are going to ask you to retrieve something, maybe deliver them somewhere, or fight a specific enemy. Tokens can be picked up by entering their space, and if you're attacked and take damage, you actually drop any quest tokens that you're holding. Completing a quest earns you rewards, as we've read from this card. It's going to depend on what quest you have achieved, and other achievement tokens or victory points. First to 7 achievements is going to win. So the first to 7 of these bad boys, 7 trophies, is going to win the game. But you can also steal one from an opponent if you take them down in battle, which is great. We love to steal in games, only in games. Next up, let's talk about items, spells, and slots. You'll have 4 spell slots, and one of those 4 will start empty because we are only going to be starting with 3 spells. You'll also have 1 item slot, which also starts empty, and a backpack to hold extra items, but you can only equip 1 item and swap cards from your backpack once per turn. So just keep that in mind. There's going to be some management of stuff and things in this game. Spells with recharge counters, which are these ones right here, can't be swapped until fully refreshed. So if I've used this spell, it's got the recharge on it, I can't swap this out until it has been fully charged again. There are 2 different types of item cards. So we're going to have equipment cards, which have a tan border. These will go in your item slot. Here's an example of one. We have the iron shovel. Ignore mountain and cave tile movement penalties. Not too bad. We also have quick action items which have a brown border like this fish. These can be used from the backpack anytime on your turn. Spells can also be upgraded when your group hits certain milestone achievements. You'll flip it over and it's stronger now. All right, so the water whip, this is our favorite to look at. This is its basic. So when it does get upgraded, you'll actually be able to flip it over. You'll see it's gotten stronger. It's going to take a little longer to recharge, but now it also has a special ability. The game is going to end immediately when someone gets their 7th achievement token, or if you're looking for a shorter game, their 5th achievement token. In case of a tie, whoever has the most treasure cards will win, and if still tied, you share the victory. But let's be honest, you'll probably duel to the death because it's the right thing to do. So your question might be, who is this game for? Conquerors and Conquests is perfect for players who love open world adventure games, character building, and tactical combat, exploring fantasy maps and leveling up. It offers fast turns, kind of build your own combos, and big moments of conflict and strategy. Whether you're a dungeon crawler fan or a competitive fantasy gamer, there's a lot of magic in this box. There's also going to be a lot of variability because like I mentioned, as you get more used to the game, the map will be able to change. You can change out your hero. And by the way, your heroes are all going to have kind of special things on them. Let's just take a look at my guy, the Raven. If you destroy a monster, you can equip it as a 5th spell. The attack is equal to the monsters and the recharge cost is free. Pretty crazy. So all of the heroes are going to have different strengths, abilities, different affinities as well. It's also relatively easy to get into in terms of rule set. Now the rules are not super complex, there's not a ton of them, and that means you can have lots of different people play this game. It'll be easier to introduce and to get into, and it's going to be friendly for players of many different ages. And not to mention, if you're into the pixel, like video game nostalgia vibes, it's just totally coated in it. And you got a little reference card here too, which we love. So lots going on in the game, lots of variability, lots that you can do, a great intro to dungeon crawlers. Like if you've been looking at a game like Gloomhaven or something crazy, this is going to give you a more condensed experience in a smaller box and with like a quicker gameplay, less rules in order to get you used to that kind of a play style. But it's also not so peeled back that it's not going to actually entertain gamers as well, because like I've already mentioned, there's a lot going on and we got a lot of different monsters. Let's take a look at some of them. We have a Minotaur, skeleton dragon, my favorite, gills. I love sharks. We have skeleton witch, pretty cool. Phantom bats, queen bee and lockjaw, who we already saw. And on top of that, like I've already mentioned, there's so many different quests, but there's also a ton of different monsters. Oh, and this is not included in the base game. Look at Patricia. She's a hero and I love her. Look, we've got the Widow Arcane, we have Cerberus, we've got Medusa, so some familiar names, Dr. Nefarious, Gelatinous Blob, we have Garpy-Goyle, Goblin Alchemist, Skeleton Grunt. So a ton of different monsters that you come up against, a ton of different quests, and lots of different heroes, specifically if you get into the deluxe game. Some of these are available in all versions and some are only going to be available in the deluxe. So lots of variability within this game. So with all that being said, if Conquerors and Conquests sounds like a game that you are interested in, I'm going to have the links for you in the description below. Definitely go check it out, read the rules, do all of that fun stuff to make sure this is a good fit for you. But that's everything that I have for you all today. Now, if you're interested in buying board games, remember we are going to Kickstarter for this one. But board games that are currently out, you can check your friendly local gaming store. For us, that's a Boardroom Game Cafe. If you like what you see, please subscribe. I hope to see you again soon. And now I'm going to say goodbye, and I'm going to go on a little bit of a conquest. And what was the other thing? Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh my Lanta. There's a dinosaur on the floor. How did you get down there? You're supposed to be sitting next to Chomp, but I think you're too big. I didn't want to say it to your face, but that's where we are. So you're gonna have to sit over there. Sorry. Oh no. The teleprompter is out of control because the batteries have died. Abort, abort, alert. Ouch. Out. Now I'm going to have to switch it with these batteries and remember to switch these batteries back. But we need these baskets back. Oh, it's the wrong back. Doy. I don't need the back.